Welcome back. Joining me is Beth McLeish, Dean of Ballet at the New American Youth Ballet and Conservatory. She is here to tell us about the school and what they have to offer our serious ballet students in the area. Good to meet you, Beth.
Thank you.
Well, tell me, you operate the New American Youth Ballet. How long has it been in existence here in Fort Wayne?
It was founded in 2004, so that we'll be going into our 9th year of operation coming up. And we offer ballet and academic programs to students in Fort Wayne.
Yeah. What exactly does it mean to be a conservatory?
Well, I think conservatory in the traditional sense of the word is a place to cultivate young talent in a specific area of the arts, and that would go along with receiving a diploma and certificate to indicate some level of accomplishment in what you're studying. And so our program is a high school, it culminates in a high school diploma that includes grades and credit for their ballet courses, as well as all of the traditional academic classes that you would have as a high school student.
So essentially what the New American Youth Ballet Conservatory is, it's a number of things, but one component is that a student actually goes to regular school. They actually take
Right, on
reading
site
and
in our
writing,
building, yes.
arithmetic, everything.
Yep.
And they get a high school diploma, and it's just like a private school, except in addition to that, they have a very intense training program in ballet, correct?
Exactly, yeah. So it qualifies them to move on from our school to perhaps a career in professional ballet, or 40% of our students just go there because they love ballet, they love to train ballet, but they end up studying medicine or business or something else because they, of course, have the high school diploma to move on to whatever college career they would choose.
How do you fit all that in a school day? I know that they have to, probably dance 4 or 5 hours a day, but then they also have to take all the typical subjects that a high school student
Right, the
would take.
academic schedule is abbreviated. They
Yeah.
have 30-minute periods instead of 50-minute periods. But of
Right.
course, our class sizes are quite small. With a school, we have about 35 students enrolled in our academic program, and so you break that up over all of the different courses and curriculums that need to be offered. You're looking at maybe 6 students in a classroom,
Yeah.
and so of course the teacher can get right down to business. And then our students are so focused and dedicated as ballet dancers that carries over into their academic work as well. And so it's a busy school day. They go from 7:50 a.m. until 5:50 p.m. It's extended, but within that time we're able to fit in the full high school curriculum as well as 5 hours of ballet training a day.
And do you find that students who are that dedicated to ballet transfer those skills, those learning skills, those study skills, that discipline over to the academic
Absolutely. A lot of our academic teachers have spent time in other public or private schools through their career, and they think it's such a joy to teach at our school because you just have students who know what they want to do with their life, and they are exceptional ballet dancers and therefore committed to life and to pursuing their passion. And the thing is that everybody who goes to our school loves being there. The teachers love it, the students love it, and so there's really this sense of community and joy towards all of their work, whether it's the ballet part of their school day or the math part of their school day.
I agree. I think that perhaps there was a time, certainly at the college level, where colleges and schools were concerned about building things like character and discipline, and of course we don't do that so much anymore. I guess that's associated a lot with values and morals and all that kind of stuff. But it seems to me that those kinds of skills can be taught at a school that not only teaches the basic high school curriculum, but in addition, sports or ballet or music or whatever, and that's the advantage of a conservatory training for a high school student.
I think something that we really pride ourselves on is the idea that a student's education is so comprehensive at our school. You get everything that you would need to have to get a high school diploma at an exceptional academic level, but then the level of excellence that's required of something like ballet, the time commitment, the discipline, it does carry over into all areas of your life. And I think that we really create exceptional human beings, not just exceptional dancers. But when I see students that come back to visit us who are 21, 22 years old now, and even if they're not a dancer at this point in their life, they're really exceptional people.
What kind of successes have your students had?
Most of our students move on to a career in ballet. We do encourage our students, if possible, to go to a high-level university program. You may know that Indiana University has one of the highest, or considered the top-ranked ballet department in the country. We have 2 students that graduated last year who went into that university. That was a big accomplishment for our school. We have other students who move on to what is considered like a professional training program. Sometimes as young as 15 or 16 years old, they'll move from our high school to maybe New York or Seattle, or a place where they're going to feed directly into a professional company. And that's really our goal, is to prepare students for however far they can go with this dream. If that means that they end up being a ballet teacher in a small studio in Idaho one day, that's great. Or if it means that they're on the stages with the New York City Ballet, that we want to have them ready for that as well.
So do students get admitted by audition?
Yes, in the majority of our students move on to audition-only programs.
No, I meant into your program.
Oh, into our program? Yeah. The training program, which is our elite program, is all audition only. And then at the end of each year, they're reevaluated to make sure that they first have the talent and ability, but secondly, the commitment level to stay within the program.
Absolutely. I'm sure it's very high. You also you teach classes that are not associated with the academic side of things,
right?
To the community, right?
Yes.
And tell us about that.
The majority of our students in our school, or in our ballet program, are not students at the school. We start at 3 years old. It's called the community program, and it's basically, you can come in and take 1 ballet class a week. You sign up for a 10-week class session during the school year, or you can sign up for a 1-week session in the summer. It's basically an introduction for ballet, or it's a way to continue ballet training if perhaps you study tap or jazz or hip hop or something at a different dance studio and want to also pursue ballet with us. Or we also have adults that come in and take class just because they perhaps did ballet as a child and want to continue it, or are just beginning it and falling in love with ballet now. So that's the majority of students that we serve, are 1 or 2 day a week students who just take your normal ballet class.
As young as 3?
Yes.
And where are you located?
We're on Coldwater Road, just north of DuPont.
And in the ballet world, as we were researching this show today, I realized that there are lots of different styles of ballet, particularly different ways of teaching ballet. And what way do you teach?
We focus primarily on the Balanchine aesthetic. George Balanchine was the founder of the top ballet institutions in the United States, the New York City Ballet and his affiliated School of American Ballet. I myself studied at the School of American Ballet, and before that trained at a school in Ohio that also taught that style. And it's sort of in his vision, which was to take ballet, which is a hundreds of years old art form from Europe and Russia, and turn it into a more American style. So he sped things up, he made things more efficient, things that maybe people would associate. Absolutely. Not modern in the sense of modern dance, but just modern in the sense of the culture and the aesthetics of America, bringing that to the ballet side as well. I think people around the world do associate us with speed and efficiency and things like that we're known for, and he brought that to the ballet world as well. And so our technique is it's a little bit cut and dry in terms of the way we teach things. We get down to the point, we teach what needs to be done. Of course, there's still the whole beautiful artistry side of ballet, no matter what you do. But I think in the ballet world, there's various types of techniques, but there's more than one road that leads to Rome. I mean.
And do you do performances for the public?
We do, yes. We have our fall concert and our spring concert. Our spring concert is coming up on April 28th at the Scottish Rite. We've been performing there since 2005, and it features students in our training program, so ages 7 on up through 19 years old. And we really want our performances to be a celebration of the children and everything that they've accomplished through our school.
How did you come up with the idea of starting this school in Fort Wayne?
Well, I think it was born from the idea that a lot of times to be an artist, you have this idea of either the starving artist or sort of cloistered in this environment where you don't get to participate maybe as much in family life or normal life as someone who might be a basketball player, because their basketball gym is right in their high school and they get to go home every night and be with their family. Whereas a ballet dancer traditionally spends the whole day in a traditional academic school, goes to ballet for 4 or 5 hours a night, comes home, still has homework, doesn't see mom or dad or their siblings. And this really provides a way to have a more balanced individual, that their ballet is incorporated into their school day, and therefore they get home at 6 o'clock o'clock at night, like a normal child would, and they can, I think, have a more balanced lifestyle because perhaps mom and dad are more involved than they would be otherwise, since they get to see and have dinner and that kind of thing with their child. And of course the academic side, that was necessary in order to accomplish that. So when we were founding our nonprofit, we of course had to start the academic side and have teachers come in to found that.
You know, and I must add that I looked at comparing what is required by the state of Indiana in terms of general education, reading, writing, English, science, so on, and your school. You actually exceed the standards.
We do. In some ways, we exceed them. We have a lot of elective classes in the main core areas, but of course, in other ways, I mean, there is a small sacrifice, of course, to coming to our school. You're not going to have maybe the electives that you would have in science or math, but you're also not going to...
12 units, which
right.
is pretty good.
That's true. It is.
Yeah.
It's very competitive academically. Plus, the classes themselves are
all the way
excellent.
up through calculus.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
they're taking all the way
Physics,
through
calculus. Right. Every course you would possibly need as an advanced high school student. But I like to tell our students, I mean, we may not have every elective that you could find at a public high school in Fort Wayne, but you're also not going to find ballet like we have.
And you have French. You teach French.
We do, of course.
Well, of course. That's the language of ballet.
It is.
Beth, so good to meet you, and thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Chuck.
For more information about the new American Youth Ballet and Conservatory, or how you can enroll your student, visit them at nayb.info or call them at 637-7848. Arts Weekly airs every week, Tuesday through Thursday on College Access Television and most Sundays on WFWA PBS 39. You could also see us on YouTube and Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I'm Chuck O'Connor. Thanks for tuning in to Arts Weekly. Join me next week with Farrell Vernon from the IPFW Department of Music and Christopher Riley from the IPFW Office of Diversity and Multicultural Affairs.